Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with us this morning on Thursday, April 7th, 2022. We're at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to help you become financially independent by teaching you how to successfully currency trade using our proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with personalized one-on-one instruction. And we believe that working with someone who's an experienced trader is the most efficient and effective way to get good at currency trading because it is a hard thing to do. With our tools, there are probably about a dozen different signals. As you get into training, we figure out what your preferences are and kind of create a trade plan with a signal around that. The trade that I use most of the time is something called the 10-point trade. So that's what we will do this morning. And then we will, if we have time, we might supplement that with a little scalp trade called the thick orange line trade. So with that, let's get into it. We start by, I've got to listen to this guy who's kind of he's a little bit of a downer in the morning, but we got to do what we got to do. So here we go.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
Another great thing about one of the reasons we do these live trades is one as a teaching moment so that you can watch an experienced trader do their analysis. And by listening, you're picking up what they're specifically doing, and that will help you become a better trader. But two is also to just show you how well the tools work. You want to be very transparent, and there's nothing you can hide when you do a live trade. And we do lots of live trades. When you're in the light program, you get access to a limited schedule. So we've got this morning, we're at the Thursday morning live trade, and there will be an intro to coaching session tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. But when you become a regular member, we've got a little scalp trade in the morning at 10 a.m. We also have a trade in the evening at 10 p.m., which is a longer term trade. And then we've got additional paid sessions that you can join to watch. So lots of opportunities to while you're learning to be making money with the traders who successfully trade. And historically on these trades, if you copy them all, they on average net about 150 pips a week. I like to work off of a little trade schedule. And first thing I do is I connect my green charts, and I log out and log back in. One of the things I've recently been told, there's a new feature on Green Chart, which on a specific tab you can create a setup of within the tab of the chart you like to use. So that way you don't have to have multiple open tabs. When you have the multiple open tabs, it sometimes green charts would you'd get the white screen because you had too much processing power going on. With this, that is not supposed to happen, and the way you do that is you just you go down. When you open up a chart, you'll go down and you'll go to the three little dots here. And once you click on the three little dots, one of them is to click to make it a favorite. So here I've got it as a favorite, but you can, if it isn't selected, you can click favorite and it goes up on this chart. So I make sure everything is connected. Review of yesterday. We talk about how important that is. It's to go back and figure out when you take a trade and it doesn't go the way you like. Why didn't that happen? What could you have done better? And we took a trade on Tuesday and we got stopped out. And I thought it would be worthwhile to go back and take a look at why, given that we also want to teach here. So to go back and take a look at a trade, I am, let's see here. I am going to go and open up the Australian US dollar. And I can go back in time by clicking this little button here. Oops, come on. So I'm going to go to 4/5. So that was Tuesday, 22, about 6:45 in the morning when we did that trade. So I'm going to say go back here. The heck here. And it's going back. So this is what we were looking at 6:45 on Tuesday morning. We have the 3 points here. We're overbought. Everybody's going down. The majors are just entering the channel. The two orange lines are going down. The two blue lines are going up. So 4 out of 4 are telling me sell. I've got up pressure, but I've got the red line on top. So that counts as a point. So I've got 8 points across all of this. In addition to the red being on top, the red and green line are diverging here. So this is a nice signal to me. I like to confirm it by looking at the 2 hour and the 4 hour. On the 2 hour, basically, I'm looking to see that we're overbought, and we are. They haven't committed to going down yet. I think when we looked at it, it might have been these were committed to down. And the same with the 4 hour, because what I want to have happen is if we're off on the timing, we'll still catch the trade off of the 2 or the 4 hour chart. So we had a good setup. So let's go forward and see what might have happened. So I'm going to just click the little advance forward to jump it forward. Come on. Here we go. Did we go forward too much? Come on, this thing is, I don't know why it's stalling out on us here. One more time. AUD. Why aren't we there yet? All right, I'm going to try it one more time. If we don't get it here, I'll just tell you what happened. I'll tell you the story versus showing you the story. All right, so we've got the time in here. So we're going to go to this time. Go here. All right, so we've got what we were looking at before at this time. So if we go forward, and I'm going to keep going forward. All right, the signal changes. This guy tells me there's going to be, all of a sudden I can see this guy's telling me there's going to be a little bit more of a push upward, but that's okay. Keep going. Keep going. Once I see this, like everybody's going up, and I've got this signal. This is a duck bill. We got a duck bill here and a duck bill here. Like here's the head of the duck and here's his bill. I would have probably hedged had I been watching it. So my bad. I had an open trade that I wasn't watching, but I would have probably hedged here had I been watching it. And normally during the day, I am watching the euro dollar, which is what I'm normally trading. So I wasn't watching it. My bad. But I am kind of confident in the signal. So sometimes I get a little lazy and I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I see this, all of a sudden everything has changed, and I've got the duck bill here. I would have hedged. So a hedge is when you take the opposite trade. So if we had a sell trade, I would have put in the buy trade and moved out and moved the stop loss off. So because now my trade is protected. So let's keep going. All right, so now it's jumped up. It's jumped up. This candle's jumped all the way up. Once this candle has jumped up, I would have then moved my stop loss up on the hedge to where I entered on the hedge. So if it does pull back, it will just close the trade. So I would have watched it. Came back a little bit. It might have closed us out. Yes, it would have closed us out. Now everything's going down, and our take profit was 76181. We're not. We've hit it here. We've gone past it. So we would have won this trade. And if you look at where we had our stop loss, we were just within a point or two. Our stop loss was a little too tight. Come on. So this would have been a case had I been watching it. AUD USD. We just missed it. So our stop loss was at 0.7655. So it just crossed that 7655 here. So it just crossed and then came down. But had I hedged it, had I been watching it, hedged it, we would have been all right because it would have went up, it would have closed back out, and then it would have hit. So we were off, but so the signal was good. It was a good read, but we didn't give it enough room to breathe. And when I'm actively trading, I'm looking at. I know how much I'm much more comfortable on the Euro USD and how much room I need to give it, because it does go up and down a little bit. So so the signal was a good signal. It did do what we wanted. In fact, it had a nice run down, but we just got stopped out because our stop loss was a little too tight. All right, so with that, let's keep the show going forward here. So going back to my trade routine, so we reviewed it. The analysis was good, and I should have been keeping an eye on it while it was going. And that same thing, a too tight a stop loss got us the other night on the trade setup. I used a 30 instead of a 40. Generally, I always use a 40 on that overnight trade setup, and that came back to bite us because it hit the stop loss and then reversed, and we would have won that trade. As we are technical traders, we need to know what the news is doing. Because the news impacts our trading. So to figure out the news, we go to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact. I kind of ignore those. Orange is medium impact. I tend to ignore them, but some people will argue that if you get like 2 oranges, they equal a red. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but we've got 2 oranges here on the USD, one at 8:30 and one at 9, and then another one at 10:30. Treasury Secretary Yellen, she can move the market. This guy, not so much. In unemployment claims, the hasn't been doing much. The unemployment's been good. The numbers are dropping, but the concern is inflation. So we really have not too much to worry about today. So then with that, we will now get into our analysis, and we're starting a little late. So let us go and take a look. This chart is the 6 light majors. It is one of the standard charts in the standard layouts. I call it the composite chart because it's going to show us 6 different currency pairs all on a 1-hour candle. And I start with the middle section of the chart, the majors and minors, and I'm looking for situations where we are either oversold, the lines are below the red line going up, which is a buy, or above the blue line, which is the overbought line, and these lines are coming down. The red and green are the majors, the black and gray are the minors. Here we've got a difference of opinion between the majors and minors. I want everybody going in the same direction, and not only in this chart, but in all the other charts. And if I get a preponderance of the lines doing that, that is a good trade setup. Here, euro dollar oversold. Everybody's going up. And I've got a double cross where the green line is over the red and the gray line is over the black. What I don't like here right now is the kink in the line. So we're going from more steep to less steep. This is usually enough to make me pass, but if we continue our analysis, the 2 orange lines are going up. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue comes down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 are telling me buy here, but I have down pressure on my pressure with the red on top. So I don't have a point here. I want either the lines going up or the green line on top, and I don't have either of those. It's weak down pressure, but it's still down pressure. So because of this, I'm going to pass. I don't have points from all 3 sections. Oversold, we've got divergence here. Minors are coming down. Majors are coming down. Minors are actually starting to turn. USD Canadian. Overbought. Everybody's coming down. And I've got the double cross. So I've got 3 points here. I also like this because all the lines are clustered. When all the lines are clustered, that's a stronger signal. So 3 points here, 2 orange lines coming down, and dotted blue coming up. So I've got 3 of the 4 here. I've got sideways pressure with the red line on top. So this is good for a point. The other thing I like about this is if I look at the green line is sloped down. So that makes me like this even a little bit more. So I've got 7 points here. 1 here, 3 here, 3 here. When I get 7 points, I need to do a little bit more analysis. So I want to go to a full chart. And I'm going to turn this other guy off so we're not wasting bandwidth with him. And I am going to make this USD Canadian. Now, you see my Euro USD here. I already, since I trade this a lot, I've got the support and resistance drawn on it. And you can see the support and resistance is pretty good. Bouncing right in here, bouncing in here, bouncing in here, bouncing all in here. So those give me my what the trade might be worth, how many points I can get out of it in a short amount of time. So here are the USD Canadian. So I don't really trade this, so I need to draw the support and resistance on there. So I'm going to go to my tools and grab the horizontal line. I'll drop a line on here, and I'll start to drop it into where the candles seem to naturally stop. And it's a little bit of an art form. So like right in here, right in here, in here, in here, right in here. And I want to get a couple. That one's probably a little too low for what we need. Let's see, right here. Kind of stopping in here, right in here. Let's put another one above it. Right in here, in here, in here, over here. So, what is these tend to be about, on the euro dollar, they tend to be about 30 pips apart on a 1 hour chart. So, going back to my little routine, I want to know where the support and resistance are and what the trend is. So last 2 days, we're trading into an uptrend. And our signal was come on. Our signal is for a sell. Doesn't keep it up there. Sorry about that. I'm just, when you have it on an open tab, it remembers it. It doesn't delete the lines. So that's kind of annoying that it's done that. Let's try to just, I need to see the lines to know how many pips to take. So right in here, over here. Huh. Our problem here. So we have a sell trade, but we're coming up to we're trading against the trend. So trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips. But the other thing is, we don't have many pips until we hit this line. So 5 pips. I don't want to take a trade through this line because the likelihood is it's going to bounce. So even though we've got the down signal, if we were on this side of the line, I might take this trade, but on this side of the line, I don't like this trade. So we're going to pass on this. We've got 4 minutes left, so I want to see if we can find just a scalp trade. So I'm going to use a different strategy that doesn't require as much analysis. And that strategy is on the thick orange line. I want to look and see what this number is. When this is at 0, that tells me there's no more down in the movement. So that's the time to buy. When it is at 10, that's telling me there's no more up in the movement. And that's the time to sell. So real quick, 2 isn't 0 or 10. 4 isn't 0 or 10. 3 isn't 0 or 10. 7 isn't 0 or 10. 9 is within 1 of 10. So that's good. When I see a 9 here, I want confirmation. That confirmation is that all of these lines on the majors and minors are way overbought. If these are way overbought and this is between 9 and 10, and it's the top of the hour, which it is, we've got a minute and a half left, that is a good sell. I take this when there's less than 5 minutes left in the top of the hour, but I don't have both parts of the signal. 2.9 isn't close enough. So let's go to another chart and see what we have. These are non-US pairs. 7 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. 5, no. 2, no. 7, no. So you can see this one is really fast. I can go through a lot of charts and see if it's there. Come on. I'm waiting for it to refresh. Two, no. 6.9, no. 0.5, yes, that's within 0 now. And you can see it's been 0 for like 4 hours. These lines are way down here. Pound New Zealand dollar. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this for a 5 pip buy. Pound New Zealand dollar, 5 pip buy. So I'm going to open my green chart. Pound New Zealand dollar. I don't have that here, so I'm going to go to File on my MetaTrader 4, New Chart. Pound, not in that group. Not in that group. So I'm going to look for Pound New Zealand dollar. Pound NZD. Why don't we see this? Pound the heck? Pound New Zealand dollar. File, new chart. Pound Swiss franc, pound yen. Oh, maybe it's further down. There it is. All right, and I'm going to look at, I want to make this on a 1 hour, so I'm looking at the same thing. And I've got $7,600 in this demo account, so I'm going to go to new order. My volume or lot size is going to be 0.76. So I'm just moving the decimal place over 4 spots. I'm going to click sell by market. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or take profit. Once the trade is recorded, I am going to right click on it, go to modify, and now I'm going to add my stop loss and take profit. This is good for 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. And based on the accuracy of this trade, which is 90%, I am going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I get in at 0.18950. So if I've got a sell, I'm going to go down to 0.45. So I want to just make sure I'm going to adjust this to 0.450. So 5 pips on the sell. So I will read it back to you. We took a sell on the pound New Zealand dollar using the thick orange line trade with a take profit of 1.89450, take profit of 1.89450, and a stop loss of 1.89748. 1.89748. On this trade, sometimes some traders like to see that the thick orange line number changes by at least 1. So we're still on the last hour. When I click the little chevron here, it's going to go current, and I can just see by what the line's doing that it did move by more than 1, and you can see it's kind of shot up. So this trade should close sometime in the next hour. We should be good with this trade. Let's see if we've got any questions. Let's see what we do. Oh, you need to save before switching the tabs. Oh, the spread was a little large on the pound New Zealand dollar. So what that means is we're not going to make that much money. We're not going to make that much money on the 5 pip trade. So the spread right now is it's actually 5 almost. So what that means is, like, if we go and we look on the Euro USD, the difference between the sell and the buy price isn't going to be pips, it's going to be points. So we're at 927 versus 929. So that's like a point. Whereas here, it's 6 pips. The spread is huge. Normally, we're not going to take a trade, a 5 pip trade, when the spread is 5 pips, because we're not going to make any money, because we gotta pay the difference in the spread before we start making money. So if I'm sitting here by myself and I see this, I'm not going to probably take this trade. The reason I'm taking it this morning is because part of this is instructional, just to show you that the indicator, the signal works. But in terms of making money, this wasn't probably a good idea. So I agree with that. Thank you. Okay, gang, we will reconvene again next Monday evening, and we're here to help, to give you the feedback and instruction that you need to become great at this. If you put in the time, the signals work, and we will teach you how to excel using them. Any questions, go back to whoever you're working with, and I am also always available. So if you got a question, just put yourself on my calendar. You can book time with me going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. All right, gang. Thanks so much.